We're here at D&K Motorcycles again in Stoke-on-Trent. I've got with me Kevin Neeson, who's a partner in the company, and we're surrounded by this collection of immaculate, tired old bikes, I think you could call them. These bikes here, are they all suffering from sort of accident damage, or are they just tired old things that people have got fed up with?
No, some will be tired bikes basically that are worn out past the sell-by date. Some are imported from America as well, which will probably tend to be less worn out than the English ones.
And these American ones, these are ones I've heard about where you often find the chromes in better condition in the paintwork because of their climate, is that right? Are these the ones you get?
They're generally chrome work and this sort of thing is a lot better condition. They don't suffer from the rust problems that ours do. These particular ones won't have much left on them as a way of good chrome work.
Right, well, these are sort of, well, as I said, a collection of bits and pieces. I can see an old CX500 there. But you do have better bikes that you also break, don't you? You know, bikes that are almost resaleable at second-hand dealers. Yes,
we break a good quality bikes as well, so that you can sell the good quality spares. There's a demand for all types of spares, from brand new to things that are virtually worn out.
What decides you on that? Is it the fact that you think the bike is worth more in its component parts than it is at its retail price, or what? You know, what decides you on that?
It's a straightforward mathematical equation. If the bike is worth more money in parts, then we'll sell it for parts. If it's worth more money as a total component, then we'll sell it like that.
Tell me, Kevin, other bits and pieces here, we've got a shot of this lot, but I'd actually like to see specific components, and when you break the bikes down, you put all these on racks, do you, and put them on a sophisticated computer system?
We don't have a sophisticated computer system, unfortunately. What we do, we put them all on racks and neat and tidy, and if you want, I'll take you and show you the racks.
OK, excellent. Well, this is a really great place to be, isn't it? Terrible pun, that, but nevertheless. Now, wheels, you've got a hell of a range of wheels here. We've got a couple in front of us, one nice and shiny and one not so shiny. But that must be a concern to a lot of people. If they're buying a wheel, they want to know if it's been in crash damage. How do you actually decide whether the wheel's sound or not? You got anything scientific going on here?
We don't use any particularly scientific methods other than we just check every wheel for trueness and give it an inspection to make sure there's no cracks or anything. If the bike was damaged when it came in initially, the wheel's discarded at that point anyway.
Is it? Yeah.
So anything that's here should be good.
OK, so to be fair, if we came to a CBR6, for instance, how does that fare, you know, front wheel?
Yeah, you'd pay about £100 for CBR 600 front wheel.
And as against new?
Probably in the region of £300.
Yeah, so it's still a fair saving.
It's a big saving.
OK, we're talking about CBRs. You must have loads of CBR parts. Can we go and have a look at those?
Yeah, I'll take you to the CBR shelf.
OK, great. So, CBR 600 carburetors, how much?
They'd be £80 plus VAT to you.
And what would new price be?
Frightening. You'd be looking at in the region of £800 to £1,000 off the top of my head.
How much?
£800 to £1,000.
Oh, grief. So how are you able to sell? Is it that there's not that much demand for carburetors? Is that why you can sell them to cheap then?
Yes, it's an item that's got a great demand,
yeah.
So it's reflected in the price. Again, nobody in the right mind would pay £1,000 for
no.
it.
It's truth. What a lot of money. And what else have we got here? So you've got rear wheel sprockets?
Yeah, sprocket carriers.
Yeah.
Again, it's an item you pay about £25 for.
Yeah. And new?
New, again, guessing probably about £80.
Yeah. So again, considerable savings. And
yes.
Again, the rider himself can inspect those, can't he, and have a good idea.
Yeah, it's a part that isn't really. You may as well buy used as new because it's only one standard. They're either good or bad.
That's right. What else have we got here? What's another popular? Oh, I see footrest hangers. A few of those you get through, are there?
Yeah, footrest hangers, again, a very popular item, so you'd pay a premium price for.
Yeah.
You'd perhaps only get them at about half the new price on those.
It's truth. So have you noticed whether people tend to fall off more on the left than they do the right?
Yes, you do. You do tend to get more demand for one side than the other.
Do you? Yeah. Do you know off the top of your head which side it is? Just
I've
out
forgotten.
of interest. OK. And I see you see expansion tanks as well.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't have thought there was much of a demand for those other than post-accident damage.
Again, you get a little demand, not too great.
No.
But we've probably broken 30 CBR 600s, and as you can see, there's only maybe 6 or 7 water tanks there. So they must sell in reasonably good quantities.
Typical price then?
At £10.
It's like the Antiques Roadshow,
isn't
it? And new would be what, 40?
Again, around about that £40.
Yeah. So again, massive saving. Now headlamps. Now I know for a fact they're mega expensive, aren't they?
Yes, they are a very expensive item. Again, you will pay a premium price for a headlight because it is the first part to get damaged generally, and they're very much in demand. You'd pay about £80 for that.
Yeah.
As opposed to a new price of about 160.
Yeah. So again, and again, you can see for yourself, can't you?
Yes,
You know,
there's
it's
no,
okay, it's intact, and no doubt it's working. And if it's not, someone bring it back.
Yeah.
Interestingly, what do you do about guarantees and whatnot if someone buys it in good faith? I mean, if they bring it back and say it's not working,
It's very difficult. I mean, we'd expect, obviously there can be little debate over something like a headlight. At the end of the day, it's either good or it's bad. Where you get problems more than anything else is like with paintwork and things like that, where people are perhaps expecting perfect paintwork, where it's maybe unreasonable. We try and be fair and describe things well to people.
But if there was any real hassle, you know, if someone brought it, as say, a headlamp that didn't work, you'd just exchange it, would you? Wouldn't?
Yes, normally we would.
Yeah.
Silencers is a very popular item, particularly, again, when they're in good condition. It's one of the first things to get marked. You can see a little bit of dust.
Yeah.
It's...
But I mean,
that's to dust this morning.
No. You need a Mrs. Mop round here. Yeah. Now that's an expensive bit of kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the new price on that?
New on that would be about £400 to £500.
Yeah.
But you would find we have to price them competitively, because if they're too expensive, people would just replace them with aftermarket pipes, as opposed to a standard pipe.
Yeah. So what's
probably
the
about
price
£70.
Yeah. Again, a hell of a saving.
It is.
Engines everywhere. I can see gold wings from here and little two-strokes and a GSXR 750 by the looks of this. So what's the setup here? Well, first, can I ask you, where's the cylinder head gone for this? You've flogged it, I presume? Yeah,
we've sold that one because basically it's an accident-damaged engine. So as such, the engine wasn't worth anything as a complete unit, so we sell the individual parts.
This one looks very, very new from the look of the seal here, isn't it? There's no oil on the thing.
No, it's probably an engine that's only done 200 or 300 miles.
Yeah. Struth. And having sold the cylinder head off that, the rest of it, if someone wanted the odd piston or whatnot, you might just break it down or start a motor and all the rest of it. But as a complete engine, that one's gone.
No, that one's finished now.
Yeah. What would you normally do if you did have a complete engine? That's the last thing you'd want to do, is sell the cylinder head off it if the rest of it, if it was a runner.
Yeah,
is that right?
Depending on the individual model, it varies, but generally we sell the engines as a complete component.
Yeah. Which is the most popular engine that you tend to stock?
Probably the early 80s engines, such as CB 750 double red cam engines, CB 900s.
What about the old GSXR 750s or 1100s, renowned in sort of trick bike street fighters and all the rest of it? There must be a demand.
The 1100 engines, GSXR 1100 motors of all types are very, very much in demand. Yeah. They always command big money. Yeah,
I bet they do, because every special you seem to see has a GSXR 750.
Yeah.
But I mean, how many engines, perhaps it's unfair to ask you, but you've just got a whole room full here. Just how many engines do you think
we
you
have
carry?
About 6,000 to 7,000 engines in stock.
Oh, Bennett. And you know what? Can you give me a quick rundown?
I know most.
Hardly, but I see you got an old Suzuki, the old kettle.
GT750 engine.
Yeah, must be a rarity now. Oh, you got another one there. So if anyone's looking for GT750s, there they are. And the old Ram Air Suzukis. And so, are these in any sort of order? These are Suzukis then, but they can be 4-strokes and 2-strokes by the looks of them?
Yes, they should be in a proper order, but unfortunately they're not.
Yeah, but nevertheless, if someone makes that call, you can find them.